Antonio Rudiger wants to stay. Christensen wants to go to Dortmund. Emerson's situation heating up. Serginho Dest, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. There's a lot to get through, ladies and gentlemen. It's another Chelsea news blitz. Let's go!
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. It's a news blitz once again. It's good to do these every now and then, I suppose every second day or so. Collate all the news together and bring the latest to you guys, so you guys can tell me how you feel as well as we are reacting to some of these news. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to go through three sources of, I suppose, Chelsea Twitter news reporters. So you've got PYS, Simon Johnson, Absolute Chelsea. And there's another one from Dimarzio, Ruben Loftus-Cheek News, actually, that we should go through. So we're going to go through each of these, news outlets and look at what is the latest and, react to it, talk about it. And I want to see what you guys feel about this as well. All right, first up, ladies and gentlemen, PYS. This is the latest that's coming through from PYS, obviously by Simon Johnson. Marina and Rudiger's agent are holding new talks. Chelsea's change in stance has been credited to Tuchel, who has been campaigning for a resolution. Oh, wow, I love this. Thomas Tuchel actually going out there beyond and making sure we re-sign Rudiger. And I love this. I love this attitude from Thomas Tuchel. Chelsea are not thought to be close to his 180,000 to 200,000 demands yet. And then there's a Christensen news we'll get to. But first of all, ladies and gentlemen, this whole 180,000 to 200,000, I think it's a 4-year term as well that Rudiger is looking for. I don't see how this is ridiculous. I cannot understand what is stopping Chelsea from doing this. You can see now Rudiger is not only a leader in this football club, but he's one of the most important players for this football club. And Thomas Tuchel wants this particular player badly. This is one we can all agree Thomas Tuchel wants badly. And there was initial reports that Rudiger was looking for 300,000, 400,000 a week. It seems like he's looking for somewhere around 180,000 to 200,000. I mean, that would put him somewhere in the top caliber, not the toppers. So you've got Lukaku, Timo Werner, Kai Havertz earning a lot of money. And in all honesty, Rudiger probably deserves that money a lot more. So for me, it's mad right now. It's really mad that Chelsea still hasn't found a solution for this. And I hope they do. Looks like Rudiger wants to stay. He's always wanted to stay. He's always wanted to stay. And let's make this happen. Andreas Christensen is dealing intensively with Borussia Dortmund. A new Chelsea contract is unlikely. This is Patrick Berger, I believe. He's a Tier 1 German news. Exactly right. This is what PYS has said. This is his Twitter account. He's very, very good with Dortmund news. You know what? I don't mind this one bit. Christensen is very much replaceable. This is the difference between Christensen and Rudiger. Rudiger is one of the most important players in the football club at the moment. He's a leader. Christensen, in all honesty, he's had the contract extension offer on his table for a very long time. He then wanted it to be amended because he didn't like a few things, and then Chelsea amended it and gave him that better offer. He's still pondering around. He then let go of his father as the agent, brought a new agent, and he's still looking around. And it's very clear now. Now it's very clear. We're in January. They can sign a pre-contract agreement. All of these, players that are in their last 6 months. Christensen's definitely looking for something new. And right now, if you don't want to be at Chelsea Football Club, if you don't want to be at a football club where not just this season where Christensen is going to be part of, hopefully we get a lot more silverware, but in future years as well. This is a young team and we're going to be fighting for a lot of silverwares in the years to come. And for him to think about going to Dortmund, surely he has probably one eye at Bayern Munich. He's probably thinking, let's get my head around Dortmund and maybe I can get to Bayern Munich. But the way I think about it, you have been looked after by Chelsea. You've been not that great, and Chelsea stuck by you thinking that you're going to be that defender that you are today. And as soon as you have that opportunity, you start realizing that you're a very good defender. You want to leave Chelsea. You want to leave Chelsea. You want to go to Borussia Dortmund, who don't challenge for any silverware. I don't understand, unless the end game is Bayern Munich, but I don't think it's a given that you're going to make it to Bayern Munich. So look, at this moment, I'm happy. You can go. You can go. I've got no issues with that. Lyon are not happy with Chelsea wanting Emerson back. Chelsea will try again. Serginho Dest is a player they appreciate, but at the moment, no contacts. Quite situation. Look, I don't blame Lyon to be upset. Emerson is one of their main players. He's their starting left back. He's one of their main players. They're trying to push to get to top 4. They're a distant away still, but they're going to be in the mud if we take Emerson away from them. And there's not enough time to get out there and get a left back for them. I know they're linked with Layvin Kurzawa, but Kurzawa doesn't even play for PSG anymore. Who knows what sort of form he's in? Emerson is playing well, so I'm not one bit, peeved about the situation that Lyon's upset. Of course they would be. And the reason they're even more upset is we've put a buy option on Emerson. We've wanted to get rid of him, let's be honest. So once again, I understand what Lyon's thinking over there. And there's stories that perhaps Emerson doesn't want to come back because he's starting there and he's thinking about Italy. He's worried that if he comes to Chelsea and doesn't start. I understand that story. The other side of the story is that he can kickstart the Chelsea career again because we don't know what the situation of Chilwell will be. He possibly has an opportunity to take over and be the first number 1 left wing back. If we continue with that left wing back situation, even if it's left back. So there's two sides, obviously, to this, but Lyon being upset, I get that. Serginho Dest is a player they appreciate, but at the moment, no contract. So once again, we'll look into the Serginho Dest. There's other news as well around him. These are some more summer sort of news, but I want to highlight it out there. I'm told Chelsea have inquired for Boubacar Kamara for summer. Chelsea are trying to lock down deals for the summer. Jules Koundé and Aurel Tchouameni are top of the list at the moment. That's through Simon Phillips with their CFC news page. I think he's Nathan Giesing, that's his name. And then they go on to say, breaking, I'm told Christensen wants a new challenge. I think Tony Rudiger will stay. He wants to stay. CFC news page via Simon Phillips Sports podcast. I mean, look, as I said, at this moment, it doesn't matter to me. Christensen can go. And it looks like he wants a new challenge. And I'm so glad that Antonio Rudiger, hopefully, we will find a solution. He was always wanted to stay, and hopefully we can find a solution. With the whole Boubacar Kamara, Jules Koundé and Tchouameni, I'm hoping Chelsea can start looking at this so that come summer, we are not waiting months, 2 months, and doing this right at the end. We get our business done early so these players can come into preseason and, start cracking straight away. Boubacar Kamara is actually a very, very solid DM for Marseille. And he could potentially be on a free. So this is quite tasty for Chelsea. Tchouameni as well. Don't know how much his price is going to be. Jules Koundé, we've already chased. These are all more tastier proposition than Declan Rice, who's going to be worth about 100 million. And if West Ham makes top 4, forget about getting Declan Rice. That simply won't happen. Simon Phillips now. Let's have a look at what he's been gathering in terms of news. Antonio Rudiger is ready to listen to Chelsea contract offer. This is from Matt Lobb. This is brilliant. Chelsea want more of an experienced player to come in for right wing back on loan because they know about Tino Livramento buyback option. They will decide after the Man City game. Why decide after the Man City game? Why not decide before that? Like, we are now on 14th of January. By the time Man City game comes around 15th of January, 15 days have gone by. And I don't understand the logic of talking about this after the City game. Of course, I get the logic of not willing to buy anyone because you're thinking about getting back Livramento, which is great. That should be the thought process. Livramento is someone who needs to be back at Chelsea, but that ain't happening at the end of this season. that's something happening, I think, at the end of next season. He needs to stay in Southampton for 2 seasons. Apparently, that's in the clause. And then we can trigger the buyback after the end of next season. But what till then? Reece James cannot be the only right wing back. And Azpilicueta, let's be honest, is not an adequate backup for the right wing back position. So do we look for someone like Dest for 18 months loan? That would be ideal. That really would be ideal. But Chelsea, get on it quick. Get on it quick. Why after the City game? I don't understand. Why not for the City game? 6 big clubs have contacted Sergiño Dest's camp about a possible move in January. Chelsea are one. It's good to know Chelsea are one. Barcelona are working to sell players, including Sergiño Dest, Memphis Depay, and Ousmane Dembele. Few people have been talking about Memphis Depay. Look, he's been good, but I don't want him for Chelsea. Premier League might just be a bit too much. We've seen what he was in Man United. And maybe this level of football is a bit too much. And now even at Barcelona, he's not starting on a regular basis. Ousmane Dembele, ladies and gentlemen, I know Chelsea Football Club Chelsea fans are absolutely drooling over him. You know, they're saying Thomas Tuchel's worked with him previously. I get that. I understand that. The rekindling of the past with Ousmane Dembele and Thomas Tuchel. But he's another footballer who's regularly injured. What's going to be the difference between him and Pulisic? We're going to be regularly injured. Even Ziyech gets injured quite a lot. Can we guarantee that Ousmane Dembele won't be injured? And also, his finishing, let's be honest, it's not on point all the time. Can Thomas Tuchel get the better of him, perhaps? Perhaps he is direct. He's very good, two-footed player, dribbling-wise, very good. We need someone with a lot more panache, man. Someone who's going to be able to finish. But in regards to Sergiño Dest, Barcelona, they're in the mud. They've only barely able to register Ferran Torres. And they still need to get rid of a few more players. Let's get in on this ASAP and let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. If we can get him on a loan, perfect case scenario in terms of Sergiño Dest. Emerson is the main target. I expect him to be back. This is from Secret Scout. We'll see what happens in that situation. Honestly, I'm not very confident about the Emerson thing at the moment, whether this will happen or not. Chelsea are set to revive their interest in Jules Koundé, as well as targeting 2 of the compatriots, Presnel Kimpembe and Aurelien Tchouameni. Look, Kimpembe is all right. He's a good defender. There's no doubt about that. I think alongside Thiago Silva will be very good. Obviously, Jules Koundé, Tchouameni, all of these French compatriots. Tchouameni is someone I definitely vouch for. I think he'll be a very good replacement in terms of not just Kante, but he can do the Jorginho role to the T, and he's physical. He's got the pace. He's got it all. He's young. He's the kind of player we need in that DM position. He's that kind of player, that holder. Ball playing ability immense. Jules Koundé as well, another top defender. If Christensen goes, which looks like he is, I'm happy to bring in Jules Koundé. I think we should be bringing in Jules Koundé. We've still got Chalobah. And we can look at someone like Levi Colwell. We've got Rudiger, hopefully stays around. I'm pretty confident now he will. We've got Silva. We'll see what happens with the Azpilicueta situation. If Aspi doesn't stay, then someone like Kimpembe. I've got no issues with that. Dortmund are interested in Andres Christensen. The player was in good talks with Chelsea in August for a new contract, but since November, Christensen has a new agent who's talking with interested clubs again. Once again, CFC Bayern. When it comes to German news, these guys are very, very good. I've got no issues with this. Christensen can go. As far as I'm concerned, Chelsea's done their level best to keep him. He seems to be interested going elsewhere. Well, you can go. Dortmund deals intensively with Andres Christensen, and contract extension at Chelsea is not completely off the table, but considered unlikely. Patrick Berger, German news outlet, once again, looks like Christensen could be out of the door. Quote from Antonio Rudiger, I'm enjoying it. I think you have to see it about chapters. I have enjoyed this chapter. I have enjoyed it so far. It is the best time of my career. I love this. I love this. He even knows this is the best time of his career. Look at this picture. He's given it to the Spurs fans out there. This guy is proper Chelsea. I've never understood the meaning of proper Chelsea, but if I ever did, this is it. This is it. In your face, aggression, controlled aggression, leader, important. Carrying that, there's so many people out there talking such good things about Antonio Rudiger. Young players. We need him. We need him. Ashley Cole on Rudiger. I hope he stays because I think he's brilliant, especially for the young players. The young players always come back to us and always mention how good he is with them. I mean, come on. It's mad how Matt Law ever spoke those sort of stuff about Rudiger. Some internal people saying he's a bully. Like, does this sound like a bully? And if he was a bully, it was probably taken out of context. You need to keep players like him in and around the dressing room, 100%. Absolute Chelsea. Let's have a look at what Absolute Chelsea has been gathering. Chelsea are currently considering whether Armando Broja has a long-term future at Stamford Bridge. What? Whether Armando Broja has a long-term future, considering, come on, Chelsea, don't make a mess again. This is a player you need to have around your setup next season, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. This guy needs to be, whether starting or rotational player, I don't care, up front with Havertz, Lukaku if he sticks around, whoever. Armando Broja is someone who's going to be putting their level best for Chelsea, and he's going to be a big player. Big player. His skill set is unbelievable. Southampton are interested in signing Armando Broja on a permanent deal from Chelsea. Interested clubs have already inquired about how much it will cost him to buy this one. Get out of here. There's no way you're selling Armando Broja. This guy's going to be a Chelsea player. Interested parties can get in the bin, honestly, can suck a big one, if I'm being honest. Chelsea are pushing again and again to recall Emerson Palmieri from Lyon. Thomas Tuchel wants him back, while Lyon are still hopeful of keeping the defender. Comes down to poor planning, man. I mean, these sort of conversations should have happened way back in December, and then we have something ready by January so that Lyon has enough time as well to find a left back. I'm not upset, to be honest. I understand where Lyon's coming from. I really do. Thomas Tuchel really wants Antonio Rudiger to stay at Chelsea and has been campaigning for the resolution of his future. I love this. I truly, truly love this. And I'm thinking this will happen now. This will happen. Hopefully very, very soon. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Di Marzio. Arsenal would like to sign R2 on loan, but the idea does not convince Juventus. Meanwhile, Juve are also preparing alternatives. They are interested in Loftus-Cheek. The two alternatives are Bruno Guimaraes and Renato Sanchez. Bruno Guimaraes is actually a very good player from Lyon. Renato Sanchez is obviously having a remontada over the past couple of seasons. I believe he plays for Lille. But Ruben Loftus-Cheek to Juventus. I mean, I don't know how. Look, his preseason wasn't the greatest. Then he got that opportunity and he was looking good, built up a bit of steam, was playing well. And now all of a sudden in recent times, when we really needed him to step up, when there was injury concerns with Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic, and he wasn't the greatest. He wasn't. And let's be honest, okay, fine, the team hasn't been the greatest, but there were games where I wanted him to really, against Man United, for example, McTominay, Fred, I wanted him to dominate that. I wanted him to assist, score. I believe we played, was it Burnley or something? There have been other games. Watford got dominated. He made mistakes as well. And there were other games too. And now I'm in a situation, I don't know how I feel anymore. I wanted this player to do so well. And I thought he was doing well. But now I don't know. Is there a spot for Ruben Loftus-Cheek next season? Maybe not. Tchouaméni, Conor Gallagher. There's some names. Boubacar Kamara now into the mix. And then you're still going to have Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho, most likely. Let me know how you feel. Guys, that's pretty much wrapped us up with the news blitz that I hope you guys have enjoyed that. I want to hear from you guys. How you feel about Antonio Rudiger? How you feel about Christensen? Very important. I want to hear from you guys. How you feel about Christensen? Emerson situation. Serginho Dest. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Tell me how you feel about all of these players. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time. See ya.